Hello guys, Nightspectre here, bringing you another League Plays. This game has been sent to me by a Steelmind who will be playing Malphite. Probably top, we shall see. Could go to the middle, I don't know, but I think Veigar will go to the middle, of course. So yeah, let's go over the teams. Thank you, Dynamic Camera, for making me remind that. So he'll be up against an Orianna, who will probably go to the middle. An Amumu, who will be jungling. A Vayne, who will be on the bottom together with an Alistar. And a Teemo on top. Now, Teemo is actually rather nasty against a Malphite. Normally, as a Malphite, you want to play against a melee champion, because of course you can use your seismic shot to zone them away. Pretty much how Teemo plays actually. He prefers melee champions as well, as long as they don't have any hard-hitting abilities. If they focus on auto attacks, then you will probably lose against Teemo, because of course he will blind you, you will not be able to return damage, and if you go in, even when you're blinded, you will take even more damage thanks to the poison. So yeah, that will be actually quite a hard lane. Let's see if he's able to pull it off. In his team, he'll have an Ezreal. Oh, sorry. That's a baby Ezreal. So we have Ezreal together with Sona on the bottom lane. We have Veigar, who will be in the middle, as I expected. He has heal, which is weird for a Veigar, because of course, well, he has the burst potential anyway, so why not? Maybe if he doesn't get focused too hard, he can do another Dark Matter combination with Baleful Strike, I suppose. The ultimate has a rather high cooldown, Primordial Burst, but we shall see. And then a Rengar jungler, who will start immediately with red. He could have done the Raves, but, well, he maybe didn't think about it. I don't know what elo range this is, but if he wants to go for a quick red instead and then immediately gank, then it might be better for him to immediately take red. I don't know. He will have to use smite though. Well, he doesn't need blue, so it doesn't matter anyway. Let's go top. Let us follow the Malphite. He started off with cloth armor, which indeed is actually a very good way for Malphite to start if you're facing off a melee champion. But I think, yes indeed, Teemo, is Rengar there? No, it's actually Vayne, who's pretty low already. Impressive. So Teemo is going to go full ability power. I don't know if he'll go attack speed ability power or something else, but keep in mind that this Teemo will be able to do a lot of magic damage. Malphite is a very good armor tank, but nothing less. Bottom lane really wants to go in hard, and I think that's going to be the end of Alistar. He's going to get flashed, and then one auto attack by Sona will hit. First blood, Vayne taking another hefty attack there as well. Middle now getting attacked by the Rengar, but I think the Veigar was a little bit too slow, and now Rengar needs to slow away, but Amumu with the immediate flash after him. He's going to tank a lot of minions, and of course the damage of Veigar is going to be too big, but the Dissonance was able to get the kill. Now Veigar going to flash in. Does he have a Baleful Strike ready? He does not. That will be another kill. Double kill for Orianna. My, and a red buff Orianna is quite hard, because early game, well actually the entire game, Orianna is quite a hard auto attacker as well, so keep that in mind. She does magical damage on top of her auto attacks. If she has red buff, she will auto attack you even more. Oh, poor Teemo. He is getting a lot of shard spawn, but one of the bad things about a Malphite is he loses mana fairly quickly, so if you want to keep up the poke, you will probably lose in a mana battle. Teemo can just continue throwing down those blinding darts. The cost is almost the same, but I think the mana pool of Teemo is just better in general than Malphite. Actually, it's not. Malphite has 400 mana. Teemo has 360, so the cost is probably lower, right? Blinding Dart 70 mana, Seismic Shot probably 75 mana, so yeah, I'm talking out of my ass. It's just that Teemo didn't have to use Blinding Dart as often, because of course he can use his auto attacks to do damage from range. Malphite only has his Seismic Shot to be able to attack from range. Now we have Rengar going in. Seismic Shot should be ready. Yes indeed, Teemo will probably flash away immediately, but a nice slow bullet throw by the Rengar, slowing down the Teemo, but they're not able to catch up. The minions are actually a very big factor in this fight. Now it's going to be Heimerdinger going in. A quick swoop on my part, but he wasn't able to get the kill. He's only level 3, so you're not able to do that much on level 3 anyway, Veigar. Back to the middle, where Teemo is at the very least pushed away for now. Malphite going to try and push this lane up, but Teemo actually in a better position than Malphite. All flashes are pretty much down on everyone except for Vayne, so Teemo doesn't need to be scared. Actually, Teemo is a bigger factor in this. One last seismic shard, but if Teemo wants to attack now, he can. The movement speed bonus of Malphite is gone. He does have a lot of health pots left, so he's able to sustain himself. But Teemo has boots, so Teemo is faster, could catch up to Malphite as long as Malphite isn't able to get enough mana regeneration for a new seismic shard. He could have gone for it. One of the weakest thing about Malphite is when he doesn't have any mana. You can just kill him, trust me. Now it's going to be a little bit trickier because he has enough mana for seismic shard, so he will be able to outrun you no matter what. Oh, Teemo actually had heal as well, which is why he survived so good. Someone's dying, probably Veigar, yes indeed. Veigar in a very tough position because Orianna is level 6 and he is only level 4. Teemo going to poke down the Malphite, but he remains in lane. He still has 2 health pots left, so why not? He can do it. If you really try, you can do it. Ezreal all alone on the bottom lane for now, but I don't think that Alistar is going to be aggressive. A lot of wards actually on the bottom lane by red team. Let's check this out. Actually 2 wards. That's the best gift you can give her. Oh, what am I supposed to do with all these wards? So yeah, she already paid her pink ward back there. Impressive. I think now is the time. No, she's already back. Amumu actually decided to go from the side. Pity indeed. If he would have just gone in. Well, I don't think he spotted, to be honest. So he's going in a nice pulverized headbutt combination there by Alistar. And then, of course, the bandit starts hitting everyone. But they're ignoring Ezreal, who is now just killing Vayne as if it was nothing. As Zox going down onto Amumu, he's not able to catch up. He's now going to change his attention to Ezreal. But he is just able to shoot everyone down. Ezreal now shooting onto Amumu. He needs to be fairly careful. There is an Orianna as well going in from the sides. Will this be enough? I don't know. She's going in. The ultimate is going to hit, but she is going to take a few too many turret shots. Will the ignite kill? I think it will. So that's at least a kill for Orianna. But holy moly, they do like to tank some turrets here. So Ezreal in a very good position. That was needed because blue team, to be honest, was getting a little bit behind. Malphite still in the lane. Still has 2 health potions, so he will not go away. Farm-wise, he has 33 minions, while Teemo has 31, so he's actually doing rather well against Teemo. Which is a hard thing to do, which is an important factor indeed. Because for now, of course, Teemo is a very, very tricky bastard to deal with, but once Malphite is able to get, this is going to be the kill. Nothing you can do about that, so that's another dangerous thing about Malphite. So the way he plays is that he pokes you down a little bit and pokes you down. He's actually has a lot of ability power as well. So I hope he might actually go for an ability power Malphite, because that has such a huge burst potential. And if you're able to win your lane as an ability power Malphite, you will win it for the rest of the game. Well, at least your lane. So if you're able to get ahead in your lane, you will remain ahead, more than likely. Unless, of course, the jungler helps out a whole while. Veigar doesn't have mana, of course. His passive works just the same as... Oh, it's going to be an... No, she's only level 5, so it's not going to be an ultimate by the Sona, so that won't be a kill. Put him in a rather bad position, actually, blue team. You need to get back immediately. Ezreal can cope by himself. He's a very slippery champion, but still, come on. So yeah, I want to know the items Malphite went for. So he went for the Glacial Shroud. So no, he just has a lot of ability power runes to, well, make him a little bit more hefty in the laning phase, but he is going tank, and I can't really blame him. The blue team, well, red team has a good initiation team. They have both Amumu and the Alistar, who can just initiate upon pretty much everyone. So they also need a tank who can do relatively the same. So they might be able to turn things around. They also have Sona to make sure that any gank can be disengaged by the ultimate or engaged by it if they're in a bad position. Oh, Heimer is going to get slowed by the Dissonance, and Orianna is probably going to continue chasing, was still in time, and that's going to be a nice flash heal away by the Veigar. But his flash is burned, so he will not be able to do that again in the next 265 seconds. Which is a lot. And will only increase on Season 3, I might say. Amumu going in for a gank. Now bottom lane is getting hefty as well, but I will of course focus on top. Amumu going in from behind, able to hit the bandage toss. Now Malphite running for his life, but Amumu is there to cry right next to him. This will be a kill. A pity indeed, but what can you do? He had it warded, but he didn't had the tri-bush warded, which made it so that he was a tad too slow once Amumu came in from here. Oh yeah, you can't see my mouse, so I'll do it with my camera from here. He just had to went straight to here, and Malphite wasn't fast enough to, well, spot the Amumu and then get back from away. And that's why he died. And that's how you die, ladies and gentlemen. You push your lane too hard, even though you have a ward. That's why it's important if you're top lane to ward the top lane. Bottom lane getting rampage there, so that's fairly good indeed. And Ezreal, who is fed together with the Sona, can do so much burst, so it's fairly hard for the bottom lane red team. They actually need a Amumu right there now. Or Orianna, actually. She is also leading her lane pretty big. So if she's able to just push the lane and then gank once the lane is pushed towards Veigar's tower, she might be able to do something. Of course, blue team has quite a deep wards here. They have a ward here, probably placed by Veigar. And a ward here, probably placed by Sona. So it's pretty hard to gank them. Amumu is going to try though, and it might actually work if blue team gets a little bit too aggressive, which they might because Vayne is not that strong. Sona does not have her ultimate, I suppose. Nope, Crescendo is still on cooldown, but she is going to poke down. Alistar is there as well, so something might happen. Then again, I promised I will focus on top, and that I will do. I will go to the bottom in a minute, immediately when something happens. Amumu is actually going in from behind. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out. He walks on a ward though, so they will just disengage here. Is going to hit his Mystic Shot onto Amumu anyway. Oh, Veigar almost died. But he didn't. So yeah, Veigar is pretty much not able to cope against this Orianna. Trying to sneaky play his way to victory here. What he'll do is poke... How did they do that anyway? As I was going to say, yes indeed, so I was going to say Malphite will probably poke down the Teemo and then do a lot of damage, but Teemo was heal baiting him, so he's not able to turn this around and instead is going to level up, which will save him pretty much. Teemo needs to be careful here, another seismic shard combination could kill him, it will! And there you have it. He was only able to last hit the Malphite one time, which wasn't enough. Now Orianna going in from behind. What will Malphite do? He will run towards the tower maybe and kill himself. If he runs into the bush, he will get the kill to Teemo and Orianna. He decides not to run through the bush, uses the movement speed by the seismic shard, but it wasn't enough. I must congratulate him for not using the bush there, because that was a trap to behold. Now it's going to be Rengar trying with all his might to not die, flashing out of those ultimates day after day. Orianna must be rather sad. Her ball went from way too far behind her, so it was no way in years that ball would have caught up. She's a difficult champion to play, but once you're able to play her, she's pretty strong. But what she should have done is step out of range of her ball so it would just spawn on her head and then throw it to Rengar. Then it might have been fast enough to catch up to her, but those are minor details. So yeah, Malphite actually able to cope against Teemo, which is a wonder indeed, because Teemo is actually a fairly hard champion to deal with. Especially if you only have melee attacks at your disposal. Seismic Shard does the trick apparently. Teemo has 6 health pots now, so I don't know whether or not the Malphite will be able to keep his health low and then go in with an unstoppable force. Probably not if Teemo plays this smart, but we shall see. Teemo is of course ability power, so he will... No, he's actually going for a Trinity Force. Or maybe... Well, normally with a Teemo you'd go for... Oh, poor Heimer, he's not going to survive. Exhausted, and then a ball on his face. Oh, I miss you. Oh, those seismic shards do damage? He didn't get any new items though. So Teemo will probably go for the kiting Teemo, which will place a lot of shrooms down. We'll have a frozen mallet and we'll have I think a Madrid's Blood Razor. God damn it, Ezreal, what are you doing there? Stealing blue? Fine. Alistar is going in from the sides. Malphite hasn't warded just yet. He does have a vision ward for all those pesky little Teemo shrooms, but this could be dangerous for him. Alistar trying to bounce him into, but he still has unstoppable force. He's not going to use it, instead going to use Flash. I don't know, Unstoppable Force cooldown is lower than Flash, so it's actually better to use Flash instead. But if he wants to go aggressive, then he might still need his ultimate. But I can't really say that's a good idea because there's shrooms everywhere. He is going back. Is going to go to where Rengar is, I think? I don't know. Rengar is going to get caught, turns himself invisible, and then goes on to Teemo. But there's an Alistar right over there, mate. Unstoppable Force might be able to save Rengar, but I think it's just done. He's able to jump away, but Teemo flashes straight after him. The auto attacks will do its job. So that's going to be a kill on Rengar, who was fairly aggressive. Maybe he thought Malphite would have gone in with Unstoppable Force, but he would have hit 2 shrooms with that. So you don't want that. Bottom lane still wrecking the house. Thank the gods for that. I actually hope that, well, the player I am casting didn't have his summoner name with in his email address whilst he sent it to me. So I'm not too sure. It might have been Ezreal. Oh, fuck, that's my bad. But as I said, he didn't leave his name, so I'm not too sure who. Oh yeah, now he can actually kill Teemo, by the way. There's there's Veigar as well. Is going to get knocked back by Alistar, but Veigar is able to land a perfect stun. Was shooting his ultimate on Teemo, but Malphite said nope. He's mine. Now he has a red buff, is able to slow the Alistar for all continuation. I will ground slam him for the double kill, so great play there by blue team. Working together forever, eternally, to get the job done. So I do hope it's Steelmind. I was going to say I hope it's Steelmind that sent this video, but I think it was. I'm a very good detective guy, and that's going to be a kill onto Orianna, but Ezreal will die as well. So that's a blue buff. Amumu is going to use Curse of the Sand Mummy, and then Vayne will probably clean this place up. Is going to kill the Sona, now going to change to the Amumu, and will get the grab. I hope he doesn't dare. He wants the Vayne to tank first. That shouldn't have been an issue, Amumu. You could have tanked at least 3 turret shots and Veigar would have been dead. A pity indeed. Malphite going in from above. He won't be able to get the kill though. I think he doesn't have Unstoppable Force. He is going to be able to seismic shot the Vayne, but it's not going to work if Veigardinger is not able to hit his stun. Event Horizon. Oh, he could steal red. That could be awesome. Does he know Amumu is there? Yes, he does, because he walked over a ward. So he could actually just seismic shot and ground slam him to death. Yes, indeed, and then steal the red buff. So yeah, that's a very long red buff this Malphite will have, so he will be an issue against Teemo on the top lane. He has blue buff as well, which is the nastiest thing you can have on a Malphite. He's going to recall again. He really wants this Vayne though. Go for the Vayne. Go for the Vayne. Ah, Unstoppable Force, seismic shot, and then punch her to death, and Ezreal will clean it up. Second time in a row this works out for him. Amazing. That's thanks to this ward, to be honest. So great ward placement there by blue team. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, ward Ezreal is going to clean up these minions, so Teemo will not be able to push. This tower actually, its HP is rather high considering we're already at the 18th minute mark. Well, this one as well, so not a lot of towers been destroyed, only this one. Oh, nice ultimate there by Sona, catching the Alistar. Alistar will die. Amumu will miss the bandage toss. Nice dodge, maybe, I don't know. And there's going to be the Orianna doing a lot of damage, dodging the ball there. And then Rengar going from far away, going to get the kill on, I think. Nope, she's going to get away. Nice shield there, able to protect her. Amumu with Curse of the Sad Mummy, but he isn't able to do a tantrum in between it. That could have been a very hard-hitting tantrum indeed, but he doesn't have ability power, of course. Rengar actually going to flash away, but a nice bandage toss by Amumu. Will it get the kill? Tantrum wasn't enough. The heal was used by Veigar. Veigardinger. I keep saying Veigar against Heimer. It's insane, really. Malphite is still in the rear with the gear. Ezreal is going to kill Teemo, so keep it in mind, Teemo is dead. So now, showing his pretty little face with Unstoppable Force, able to kill 1, but not 2. Vayne, oh, actually, well, 2 might actually, red buff? Yes, indeed, so I was able to kill 2. So it was worth it, I think, though Vayne with a red buff and a blue buff is very dangerous, even though Vayne was, of course, very much behind in her lane, so she wasn't really that big of an issue. Keep in mind, Ezreal was not in those fights. He is the big factor of blue team, the big honcho. Of course, Malphite pretty close onto him. He has 8 kills, Ezreal 10 kills. Has already got the Guardian Angel, which is pretty weird. He started with it, but he could probably buy a Guardian Angel at once and thought, hey, I'm going in and I die. So I might say, hey, I'm going in and I don't die. If you're ahead, you can do that. You could actually go for ability power as well if you're ahead, because your level advantage will make you tankier in itself. But yeah, not dying this early on in the game is also a huge factor indeed. He will be able to wreck the house as long as he has mana, and that will be awesome. So team fights will probably start around now because everyone is gathering up in the middle. Middle not yet destroyed. Unbreakable Will should be off cooldown. He's not going to use it. He's still now finally at the right time, I must say. He's going to use it, but it wasn't enough apparently. Malphite now going in with another unstoppable force. He can die, keep that in mind, so there's no reason for him to be that scared. Now Sona going to tank up a lot of turret shots. She didn't really want to, but hey, at least she did. Whew. So, gold differentiation. I haven't even got the time to talk about the gold and the items and the farm and all the stuff. A lot of things happening in this game, which I certainly appreciate. Ezreal going to almost kill the Orianna, but she was just amazing with her protect. Is not going to die by the seismic shot as well. Malphite continues to go, though. He can die. Don't be scared, Malphite. Of course, don't waste your guardian angel for nothing. He's going to hit a seismic shot and back away. Wasn't actually hit by a tower, which is pretty amazing. And another tower destroyed by red team. Ezreal going to hit a mystic shot. It didn't proc though, if he has Trinity Force. Yes, he did. So, too bad the slow didn't hit. Rengar is actually a very dangerous player against Teemo, because he can, well, do a lot of damage. But Rengar is a little bit behind, so he shouldn't be that big of an issue. Oh, Malphite with blue would be awesome. That would lower the cooldown on his unstoppable force, but indeed he will give it to his Ezreal so he can poke like there's no tomorrow. Actually, they're going to give it to Sona. Then I'd prefer it on the Malphite, to be honest. Malphite, of course, has the Glacial Shroud, so he has some mana, but it's not enough, I feel. We shall see. Boom, says the Teemo Mushroom. I hope Veigar will be able to survive, because there's an entire fleet going down upon them, so let's follow this nice and slow. Wah! Rengar! He is invisible already, so he will be able to get away. He's going to jump onto the Alistar though, and that's a lot of shrooms onto Veigar, so he will not survive. Neither will the Rengar. He's going to try and do as much damage as he can, but that's a good headbutt by the Alistar. In the meantime, blue team continues pushing the lane, and they were able to kill the Ezreal. So I will go back. This is of course Malphite's cast I'm doing here. It happened 30 seconds ago, apparently. So here we have Amumu showing his pretty little crying face to the crowd. And he tries to defend his tower, but he was a little bit too cheeky there. Will dodge the ultimate, so that was good, but he will not dodge the seismic shot and the unstoppable force. And he's going to use his ultimate. Was exhausted, so the damage was reduced by 25% or something like that. Magical damage reduction by exhaust equals Malphite. Can you tell me? Ability is 35%, it's even more, so it reduced the damage by a little bit, but not that much. You really want to save exhaust for the carries. Not that Malphite actually needs exhaust, because that's what Ground Slam is for, pretty much, and Seismic Shot. But hey, at least it works out pretty well, doesn't it, Malphite? Yes, Ezreal will get the kill with a nice Mystic Shot. And that will be the first inhibitor of the game by blue team. They will be in the lead. Well, they already were. Teemo is going to get... Nope, it was the ultimate was aimed for nothingness. Vayne trying to do some damage. She can do true damage. She's a Vayne and she has a red buff, which is even more true damage. But blue team isn't that. Instead, going to back away. Blue buff on Sona apparently was really worth it, because her mana is still rather low. She is able to spam all the abilities she wants. Is going for a dragon, I must hope. Ezreal, of course, very strong now. He has the Trinity Force. He has the BF sword. And I think, yes indeed, he has 2000 gold, so he can turn it into a Bloodthirster, or he could turn it into an Infinity's Edge, whatever he prefers. Red team now going for a final push, but Vayne is too low there. And this is going to be Ezreal trying to get the Mystic Shot onto Teemo with the slow, but Teemo flashing over the wall. That's Event Horizon, isn't going to hit anyone, bro. You could have tried, but it wouldn't work. Vayne and Alistar wanted to go for the blue, but instead there was nothing there, didn't they know? Didn't they know? Yes, I know, but it didn't rhyme. Boom! Says the Teemo Mushroom. He still doesn't have his Trinity Force yet, Teemo, which is weird because he has been farming top for the entire game, only has 104 minion kills, so last hitting isn't really his strong point. Well, can't really blame him, he's a Teemo. No, you can. A lot of minions there, at least somebody knows what farming is. Teemo knows what killing is, so he is going to chase a Rengar who still has his Thrill of the Hunt active. So there is no way that you can catch him, even if you do. Amumu taking the red buff, and Unstoppable Force just an instance too late, but it will get some kills out. I hope Event Horizon is off cooldown there, Veigar. It is, but not like that. At least Orianna is getting focused down by both the Malphite and the Rengar. Malphite getting focused, which isn't really that big of an issue because he still has his... Oh, Ezreal wants to go for the proc, doesn't get the slowdown, all those lost hits and he doesn't get the slowdown, doesn't matter, I will just use my barrage. Teemo getting the kill onto both Rengar and Malphite, so let's go back, this is of course Malphite's cast. So he is going to find himself a nice attractive little Mumu. I mean, Teemo is going to walk on the shroom though, so that will insta-kill the poor Rengar. But he did have Guardian Angel, so Teemo, realizing this, will run away and heal himself, so nothing will happen. Good job there by Malphite for getting an Oracles, by the way. It will make Teemo's shrooms less of an issue and more of a free gold farming thing. If you keep your eyes open, of course. Teemo going in from the side, he won't be able to do anything because of course there is an Ezreal not going to get a single Trinity Force proc. That poor bastard. What's the percentage? I thought it was like 30, even more. Oh, 25%. I'm switching I'm switching the percentage of exhaust with Trinity Force. Oh my god, that didn't do anything. Poor Veigar, he only has a Rod of Ages at the 25-minute mark, which explains why it doesn't do as much as he would have hoped. He will get away though, gets the speed boost by Sona, the Song of Celerity. I used to think that it was pronounced Celerity. Well, that's thanks to Latin, of course, and Latin it is. Oh, be careful, this could be a headbutt pulverize combination if this Alistar is able to perform it. I don't really know that, I haven't really been paying attention to the bottom lane. If some of you hated that, I am sorry. This isn't really a cast, this is LeagueBlaze, which is a cast, of course, but a different kind of cast, in which I focus onto Steelmind today. So Ezreal trying to bait it out, will Arcane Shift to his friend, so it's all good. All is happy. I think Malphite has his ultimate ready to go, so he really wants to go. He should have saved it up for Orianna and Alistar though. You can do a lot more damage if there are a lot more people there. He doesn't have his Guardian Angel now, but as long as they're not focusing Ezreal, then he shouldn't mind really. They're going in, double kill for Ezreal, will probably push down the top turret to get another inhibitor down, and the Rengar needs to be careful, is going to get condemned for some reason, not to show why. Orianna needs to go to the fountain and heal herself up. Malphite tanking the tower, he has of course a lot of armor, not a lot of magic resistance there. He has HP though, so he was able to survive the magical burst of the the Orianna will get killed though. Again, a nice little flash Q by the Sona, but Ezreal at least got a kill out of it. Actually, Veigar got an assist out of it because he was able to land his Event Horizon, which is important indeed. This will probably be GG. There's no way that Teemo... Well, no way that Teemo, and that's the end of my sentence. No way that Teemo and death. And there's going to be a lot of damage onto Amumu, and there's going to be a baleful strike on Amumu. He'll use his Curse of the Sad Mummy to try and snare the Veigar, but it wasn't enough. This got going to be a kill onto Veigar, mate. Nice Event Horizon, and another kill onto Alistar. He didn't have his ultimate, so he couldn't use Unbreakable Will to break free. He wanted to break free, but he couldn't. Orianna missing the ball, well, it was dodged, to be honest. She was going to clear these minions, because even though she kills the champions, the minions will destroy the Nexus. So guys, the Nexus was destroyed. I hope you enjoyed. Mind, I'm calling you Mind, even though you're made out of, well, apparently you're made out of steel, Steelmind, but you're playing a stone character. Which indeed means that Riot needs to make a steel Malphite skin. It makes sense, even though Granite Shield won't make sense. Change the name into Steel Shield or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a designer. yet. So Steelmind, thank you for giving me this video. It was a fun game to cast. A lot of things happened. It was original, though I must say closer to the meta than my previous games, which is fine. I don't mind. So thank you for uploading, for emailing me this. If you guys want to email a game you have, then just do it. It's you upload the file, the LOL replay file, to nightspectrecasts@gmail.com. That's nightspectrecasts@gmail.com. It's in the description below. Please add the subject lolcast or something like that, that I know which is what, because I don't know, man. If you guys start spamming, I get crazy anxiety. But for now, it really doesn't matter. There's not that much on that email address anyway. So, as I said before, hope you enjoyed. Again, thanks, Steelmind. And I will see you next time. Whatever it is I'll do, whenever it is I'll do it. Bye-bye.